unplug it. So I thought, you know, I can figure this thing out. I know what's going on. There's a heat sensor. Inside of this thing, there's a heat sensor, okay? So I had to tip it over, take the bottom cover off, and start studying the inside. Oh boy, doesn't that look complicated? Woo! Wow. The first time I saw all this mess in there, I thought, oh my God, that's complicated. You'll never figure that all out. But it's not complicated. Really, if you understand how things work, it's not that complicated. That pipe right there is the thermocoupler that allows the gas valve to allow the full amount of gas to go, and it needs to know that there's a flame there, and basic stuff. So I tightened that up, tried it again, didn't work. I tightened all these fittings up, still didn't work, and then I started looking about the wires going into the burner. The burner, this is the bottom of the heater. Going toward where the heat is, you got 3 wires. Right through that hole, 3 wires. One is the sparker. When you push that red button, it sparks, lights the flame. Those other wires are the heat sensor. So I already determined that it was overheating because it would only burn for a little while and then shut off. And then when it cooled down, I could burn it for a little while and shut off. So I took the wires that come from that heat sensor and blocked them off. You know, I didn't have any black tape handy, so I used Scotch tape and I blocked them off. Then, where those 2 wires went, over here, where it plugged into this logic board that totally controls whether this thing works or not. I mean, there's feedback from all these things, you know. If the fan motor died, it overheats. And that's why they don't want that. And then there's all these other things going on here. So I took this and I twisted the wires together, because that simulates what would happen when it's not overheating. When the heat sensor trips, these wires come apart. Because before I took these wires apart, I unplugged the socket into that board, and it would never ever stay running. So that told me that when it's not overheating, there's a circuit between those 2 wires going into there. And I tell you what, once I did that, this baby is working like a champ. So I don't know why that heat sensor went bad,